to Marni's Kitchen. I'm super excited today. I hope that you watched the Rhythm and Blues drinky drink that I made for a blues themed music night. If you have one, party or something, it would be fun to be able to make a drink like that along with any other drink that you want to have. And I also have a couple suggestions of some appetizers you can make, because I think it's always fun if people bring a little dish, and appetizer foods are always fun. And it's a casual evening, and it'll make for a fun little party or something. So I'm gonna make 3 different items. I'm gonna make deviled eggs, which I've never made before, so you'll have to bear with me. I'm gonna make spicy sausage balls, and I'm gonna make sweet and savory pecans, however you pronounce them. And I thought that they would be fun, kind of remind people of like the South, and that's sort of where blues started in America anyway, where it came from in the South. So I thought it would be fun to have a couple Southern type foods, and there's plenty of other foods that you could have. So I'm going to make all 3 kind of at the same time. This one thing I've gotten really good at is figuring out based on time and how much time it takes to make things. So I'm going to start with the eggs, the deviled eggs, because you can just bring them to a boil, and then you don't really have to watch anything until they come to a boil. So I'm going to start with that, get them started, and then I'll go over the sausage balls. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm only making 3 deviled eggs because myself and Brian are the only ones in this house who eat them currently. So I don't want to make a lot because they don't really last too long in the fridge. So you're going to fill it with water. Put your eggs in, fill it with water. I'm going to bring it to a boil. And then as I bring it to a boil, I'm going to start making the sausage balls. So I'm going to turn on my oven to my stovetop, turning on my stovetop. And once it comes to a boil, just cover it, remove it from the heat, let it sit for about 12 minutes. Then we're going to put it in a bowl of ice water. And they can sit in there and cool while I make everything else. So that's the timing of everything. So it's very exciting. So now I'm going to start making my sausage balls. So I'm going to preheat the oven to 375 degrees. Alright, so for the spicy sausage balls, you need 1 pound of ground pork hot Italian sausage. I'm going to give a shout out to ShopRite because they didn't have it ground, but they have the sausages, and everybody loves their sausage. They're delicious. I've gotten them from the butcher store, and everyone raves about these. These taste the best. So I squeezed it out of the casing. So I got 1 pound of my sausage, my ground pork hot Italian sausage, 2 cups of sharp cheddar cheese, 1 cup of biscuit mix, 2 tablespoons of Creole seasoning, 1 tablespoon of dried parsley, 1 tablespoon of milk, and 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire. So you're just going to mix all the ingredients together in the bowl, and then you're going to mix them with your hands, and on a lined baking sheet with a non-stick aluminum foil, you are going to make your little sausage balls. I'm super excited about this because I get to make dishes that I've never made before. I get to think about new and exciting things to make and bring to you. So I'm really excited. So I'm combining all the ingredients. I do as much as I can by hand because I just like it. I like to get my hands in it. That's what she said. But it's very soothing for me, cooking, and it's one of my favorite things to do. I am again, considering the personal chef. So if you have any interest, you can reach out to me on Facebook to find out what that all entails, or you can reach out, you can message HUMA on Facebook or Instagram, and I will be happy to share with you and explain it to you and see if it's something that you would be interested in having. I would actually come and cook in your kitchen. That might be fun for you, huh? And then you wouldn't have to cook. Or I can even do like little cooking classes. Rob and I can do that, or I can do that, or he can do that. We can come to your house and you can have fun. Like if you want to do a cooking class for like a little get-together with your friends or something, we could do something fun like that. I hear my water's starting to heat up, so that's exciting. So just keep an ear on it so that you can do more than one thing at a time. I promise. You can. Okay, so this is pretty combined for my liking. So once you get like the flour all in there and the biscuit mix all in there, and you get it nice and pliable so that it'll stay together, be combined. And now I'm gonna start making my 1-inch sausage balls. So this is also very fun for me. I really do like cooking a lot. It's always been one of my favorite things to do. It's just very relaxing and think about anything but what I'm doing, and I get really excited about creating dishes and creating my own dishes, and it's fun, and I'm good at it. So yep, so if you do have an interest in having cooking classes at your house, or having us do personal chef, where we come cook in your kitchen, cook a couple meals for you, feel free to message us and we'll give you more information about that. So I am still keeping an eye on it. It's just about to a boil. So I'm going to slide over, I'm going to wash my hands. Then I'm going to come over, I'm going to turn off my heat, put my lid on it, and I'm going to take it off heat. And it says 512, so 524, I'll get them in ice bath water. Should be enough time for me to finish making my sausage balls. It's all about the timing. Alright, and when you're done, you stick it in the oven for 18 to about 20 minutes till it's a golden brown, and then you can take them out. So we'll see. So I'm putting them in the oven. And I had a little one on there for Penny. So, because I like to give my dog some little treats. She loves it. Whether it's good for her or not, I don't care. Just a little bit. So she deserves a treat every now and then. Alright, so not quite ready for my, but I am going to get my ice water ready. So, just a bowl of ice water. So I have my bowl of ice water ready for my 3 eggs. So while I'm waiting for my eggs to finish, I'm going to start getting the pecans ready. Okay, it is time to put the eggs into the ice water, so I am removing the lid, using tongs because they're hot, don't forget, because I have forgotten some things like that before. And this will stop the cooking process, but it will also make them easier to peel. And then I'm going to pour out my water and put my tongs in the pot. Alright, so while the sausage balls are still cooking and the eggs are cooling, I'm going to make the pecans, however you pronounce it. These I'm making on the stovetop. I'm going to move all my ingredients because I'm going to make the pecans on the stove top. So I've utilized everything in the kitchen and it's not taking that long to do. So you need pecans, honey, ground cloves, ground cinnamon, cayenne pepper, ginger, ground I'm not making as much as the recipe calls for, so like 1.5 tablespoons of butter, because I'm making about half. And I realized that after I already took out the brown sugar, so I'm not going to put all the brown sugar in, but I only need like 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. So get them all together. Oh, the sausage balls look nice. That's what she said. Alright, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to, over medium heat, and this stove is hot. It burns hot, so I'm not going to quite put it over medium heat, but you're going to, because you don't want your butter to burn. You don't want your butter to burn. So over medium heat, I have it a little lower because this is a hot stove, it burns hot. So melt the butter, and then after it melts, I have this little spatula because I think it would be easier to do it that way. After the butter melts, I'm going to add the sugar and all of the seasonings to the pan. Dissolve the sugar and the seasonings, and then I'm going to add the pecans. So I just have to wait for the butter to melt a little bit. Alright, my butter is melted, so I'm going to add half this amount of brown sugar. I'm going to start stirring because I don't want it to, I don't want anything to burn, and I'm just going to dissolve it, or as best as I can. I always do the sugar first because it takes like a little longer. Then I'm going to add honey. And then I'm going to add the cloves, because you're going to add the seasoning first. And I'm going to add the ginger. So I'm making the, you hear my cat? Oh, Pumpkin. We have a cute little cat, Pumpkin. He's a good cat for us, but he's been whiny lately. Alright, a little cayenne. I just added cinnamon, little cayenne for the spice, and a little bit of nutmeg. I'm going to give it a stir. See, and that looks nice and brown and very pretty. You can see it. And then I'm going to add the pecans. And I've not raised the heat. Now you got to be careful with the pecans because you don't want them to burn. You don't want the pecans to burn. So you just kind of want to toast them. So you kind of just move them around and they'll start to get toasty and fragrant. And that'll be a nice addition. It'll be like a surprise. No one would expect that. Because I'd be like excited if somebody made sweet and spicy pecans at a party I was going to. That's always fun. And these would be a good addition to your charcuterie board if you ever want to make one. These would be fun to have. And they're super easy. So we wait while the sausage balls are finishing up and while the pecans are toasting. I am going to shell my egg and attempt to make deviled eggs. So this is an interesting recipe for the deviled eggs. Part of the reason I've never made them before is as much as I love to cook and I can plate, they would never look pretty. I know they would never look pretty, so I was afraid. But I told myself this year I was going to make them. And I was going to make them over the summer, but summer got away from me and I got busy, so I'm kind of just making them now. So I'm going to peel my eggs first. That's always the hardest part. It takes forever. That's the other thing that's daunting, the idea of peeling all those eggs. It does not excite me. Well, this guy turned out pretty good. continue to stir the pecans so they don't burn while I'm making these. They're starting to get fragrant. I'm really struggling with that word. They're starting to get fragrant. You can hear the sizzle. They look beautiful. Okay, the pecans are ready. I can tell because it's starting to get that little smell. So they're done and they look nice and toasty. So I'm going to turn them off and I'm going to I turned off the heat and I'm going to let them cool a minute. I usually struggle with peeling eggs, but today's gone kind of smooth. I don't know if it's because I'm being patient with it or the luck of me recording myself for the first time peeling eggs. Not my first time peeling eggs, but first time recording myself peeling eggs. So I love deviled eggs. I always have, ever since I was a little kid. So this guy's a little harder. If you find you have a little shell, do your best to remove it all, because that is not a pleasant sound, nor taste, nor feel in your mouth. You hope that's not what she says. Because you don't want eggshells are gross. I've had that in a egg. I get really mad. Now, I don't eat fast food often. I really don't. I try not to. I try very hard not to. So I don't eat fast food very often. But, so when I do, I don't want it to have gristle. I don't want it to have eggshells. I want it to be the best of what it is, even though it's not the best food for you. I get so mad. So one time I got an egg McMuffin. And it had shells in it. I was so turned off. I was so mad. I was like, damn it. Alright. Sausage balls are done. Oh, they look good. They're sizzling too. So took them out. Alright. I do have these little spoons that came with a dip bowl, a dip set that I have. So I have 3 of these. So I'm going to use these to scoop out the yolk, because that's been the other fear, is that I will do a horrible job of de-yolking the egg. I did not watch a video on this, so I'm pretty good at figuring some things out when it comes to food. So I'm gonna put my yolk. Yeah, look at that. That's exciting. I've been scared for years for nothing. I wonder if there's a food you've been scared to make and you've been afraid to try. You just got to give it a try. That's the fun part about it. One dish I have always wanted to make and I have not made yet is beef Wellington. I've always wanted to make it and I have not made it. Every year I say I'm going to make it and every year I don't. And another thing, I did make duck once. No, I tried it twice and it didn't turn out, but that I do want to make again as well. I want to try duck again. I feel like I can do it. So beef Wellington is on my list and duck is on my list as well. Is there something you should comment below and let me know if there's a dish you've been scared to make, and I can tell you if there's an easy way to make it, because maybe I've made it. I can help you out. Alright, so I have my egg yolks. I'm going to mash them. Kind of like egg salad. I love egg salad. I make good egg salad too. I make really good egg salad. I put a lot of the seasonings in it. It's good. Alright, so this recipe called for a diced pickle or dill pickle relish. If you don't like pickles, you do not need to put it in. However, Brian and I both really like pickles, so I'm going to dice one up and I'm going to put it in. One thing I've also wanted to try, I haven't tried it, not to make it, but to try it, is a dill pickle pizza. I know that was like a rage a while ago, and I don't know if it's still a rage if people like it or not. I do like fried pickles though. I like pickles a lot. I really do. I want to go to that pickle festival. I think that would be fun. I went to the mac and cheese festival. I was so excited for this thing. My youngest daughter Jenny, and my father and I went. It was downtown, and I'm adding mayonnaise. And some Dijon mustard. We went to this ground pepper, fresh ground pepper, always fresh. Once in a while not, but typically always fresh. And a little bit of salt. Okay. So we went to this festival. I was so excited because I was like, oh, that's going to be awesome and fun. And I envisioned several mac and cheese stands with different mac and cheeses. They had those. But I also thought there was going to be like a little live music, and there were going to be like vendors selling like mac and cheese t-shirts and just all kinds of fun mac and cheese stuff. And I was really kind of disappointed in it because it really was pretty much just the mac and cheese vendors. And you had to wait in line. There weren't like that many. You had to wait in line, and it just wasn't. I don't know. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be. That's usually what happens. Usually I think things are going to be better than they are. That's why I try not to get too excited, but I was super excited about that. And my daughter Jenny loves mac and cheese, and she was disappointed as well. So, yep. But I'd like to go to the pickle festival. I think that would be fun. I bet that they have pickle shirts. I know the drummer of Brian's band has a Pickle Rick shirt. I like that shirt. So, that's always fun to see what people wear. Alright, so I think I've mixed this enough. So now I'm going to use the same spoon, because I'm not going to pipe it. But I am going to use the same spoon, and I'm going to put a little bit, and then I'll see what's left over. Hopefully I have some left over. I can't believe I waited this long. Almost 50 years. I'm going to be 50 this year. This is like a year of firsts. Like bucket list year. Because I've done a lot this year. Starting this podcast. That was a lot. Went on a hot air balloon ride. That was super fun. I've always wanted to do that. And I was so scared. I was like, I'm chicken. I don't want to go. Brian's like, come on. Let's go. I was like, okay. So I did that. And we saw Eric Clapton concert. So that's off my list too. I think I'd like to see Lenny Kravitz in concert. I think he would be a lister. One of my top that I'd love to see in concert. I think he would put on an amazing show. Alright. Oh look, and they look pretty. That's awesome. So here. I just told them how I want to go see Lenny Kravitz in concert. Do you really think so? Mm-hmm. Can I get backstage passes?
Yeah, I don't along.
deviled eggs, Brian.
Very nice.
I put pickle in it because this recipe called for pickle.
Very cool.
So, and I know you like pickles, so
I do.
I figured we would enjoy that.
Nice.
Now I gotta plate everything, and I'm done. See, I had perfect timing. You can taste a little bit of this stuff too. All right, and there you have it. You have your spicy sausage balls. I put spicy mustard. You can make a Creole mustard. You can make a chipotle mayo. Any kind of dip that you like with sausage is up to you. Have my deviled eggs. I'm just excited about them. And the toasted spicy and sweet pecans. I'm gonna try. Let's see. Oh, they're good. Pecans are really good. That's exciting. That's a hit. I'm gonna take my sausage ball. These are really good. I love when recipes work out. I can double dip because I'm in my own home. But I would not double dip at a party. And the spicy mustard is spicy brown mustard, really good with it. And the pièce de résistance, the deviled egg. Let's see. And with the pickle, so good. If you like dill pickles, add them to your deviled eggs. Delicious. Well, I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you get together with friends and family and have a blues themed or any music themed party and make all different kinds of foods and share and just enjoy everybody. Enjoy the food you make. And look forward to other shows coming up. Definitely look forward to our interview with Justin Gillen. He is wonderful. It's a wonderful interview. It'll be posted on Friday. So be on the lookout for that. And deviled egg cheers. HUMA.